Hello everyone, my name is Janis, and in today's video I want to talk about awareness. It's something that can greatly enhance and boost our daily lives, and awareness is like a superpower that many people have not developed enough, and lack of awareness or clear awareness determines what kind of life route are we taking. Are we going that way or are we going that way? One way could be more conscious, more aware, more responsive life, a life of better quality overall, better well-being. Or other route could be a stressful life, a life of distraction, a life of reaction, a life of compulsive behavior, a life of survival mode. So, as we can see, awareness plays very huge role in determining what kind of life are we having. And if we have practiced or allowed in our life a lot of distraction, then of course awareness is very important for us to change and to shift for the better. And a lot of people say that we live in an age of information, and I would slightly change this definition. I would say that up until now we have lived in the age of distraction. If we look around, our everyday life is surrounded by lots of information, lots of invitations, all kinds of signals, notifications. So there are a lot of things that are competing for our attention and seeking us to invite to some kind of experience or something else. So our attention can be pulled quickly in one direction or another direction, so just like that. And so I would rather call it age of distraction. Why distraction? Because it's a distraction from the self. People are used to be focused on external things that they can consume, see, things that entertain them, things that take focus away from themselves. So that is a distraction from self. And the tragedy of that is, if a person is distracted from him or herself, then the person can't help himself. And distraction serves as a defense mechanism, as a coping mechanism, as a way how to get away from negative inner states, own problems. So it's almost like a drug to get away from that. And so awareness is very important, and awareness is also important in those cases when people have decided to change themselves for the better, and a lot of people try to reprogram themselves, reprogram their mindset, upgrade or improve their mindset. They want to rewrite their old negative beliefs and upgrade them into, for example, millionaire mindset, etc. And this way of reprogramming might not always lead to the desired outcome, because experience shows that part of the people who engage into reprogramming themselves or choose some kind of modality or program or method how to do that, after a while, in their experience comes almost like they are disappointed, and they realize that actually the result that they got from reprogramming themselves still did not give them what they were hoping for. And so that shows that even upgrading your mindset to something other can still lead you away from your own true essence, your own true being. So awareness plays also a key role into this, to determine whether you are changing your attitudes or mental behavior from a place of deep awareness, from a place of heart, or is it something like egoic setting that you just want to improve yourself, but eventually it's still a way of distracting yourself from deeper inner problems inside you. You just want to push them away by taking on a new version of you. So let's talk more about awareness. First thing, or a first question for us would be to ask, on a daily basis, are we aware of the effects of our choices, our actions, our decisions, our thinking, our attitudes, our beliefs? Because it also affects our perception and results that we get on a daily basis. Are we aware of the particular or specific action that we took? Are we aware what was the feeling and what was the result before, what happened after? Are we aware how it all started and how we got to the end of the result? Are we aware how it all developed, gained momentum, and turned into inertia? Are we aware in our daily lives how different parts, segments, or points in our day are connected? How one moment leads to another, how one thing leads to the next, and that one to the next, and the next, and the next, and how it all forms like a chain or a process, and how it's all tied up. Are we aware of that? So this is the question, are we aware? The next question is, if we are not aware in the moment, are we aware in retrospect, looking back in the past, when we self-reflect or analyze, for example, a day ago or 1 week ago, what happened? Maybe all the emotions have calmed down and now it's easier for you to see more clearly what actually happened and how it all started and what it turned into and what the effect and consequences of that were. And the true power in all this is when we as humans come to the stage when we are really aware, truly aware what's happening in our life, and we clearly see things the way they are, and we realize some of the damaging, harmful effects and patterns in our life, then only then we can stop. A lot of people study, a lot of people read books, listen to the podcasts, also attend courses, learn a lot. That's all good. But here is a key distinction. Knowing does not always translate into immediate awareness. Full awareness. What do I mean by that? I mean that even if you have accumulated a lot of knowledge, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will be fully self-aware what's going on in your life, in your own life. And we can clearly see the result. Latest education system, people learn for approximate 12 plus years in the schools, then they graduate, and then they are set free into the world to go and live on their own and be great. And a lot of people with great degrees, diplomas, still have difficulties in life to realize themselves, to realize their potential. Why is that? They have a lot of information, but it's still not enough. What is lacking? Deep self-awareness is lacking. Deep self-awareness that shows your own inner blocks, how your own thinking, emotions, tendencies create the reality that you are in right now. And that is more powerful than just collecting information. And if people start to develop their own self-awareness, there start to come new insights for them. Insights like a deep aha moment. And at that moment, it seems and feels very powerful, but it still may take time for this insight to fully integrate in your own body, in your own cells, your internal system, in your own mind. It can take time. Who knows how long? It can take days, weeks, months, maybe even years until you fully process it out. And that is okay. Especially if the insight is related to some kind of very deep, unhealthy pattern or trauma that you had and that you gained in your early childhood. So it can take even years. That's fine. Yeah, so that's insight integration. That can take time. And over time, overall, your overall awareness about the certain thing or situation will improve. It will expand, it will deepen. And you will get more and more and more and more realizations about the same topic. And it will allow you to see even further, more expanded perception. Another thing that can help to develop full awareness of your life is your track record of what others like to call mistakes or failures. But I would rather call them just your experiences, even if they are repetitive even in a negative sense, that negative outcomes happened multiple times. That's still okay. That is serving you, and that can help you to fully realize and see and connect the dots and see the pattern and see for yourself, oh, these are the reasons why that happened, and your doubts can start to go away because you have solid data and there is no more room for not sure, not knowing, and what ifs. So track record of mistakes is also okay. Another thing is when people try to develop their awareness. Inner resistance, of course, can rise up very quickly, because when you gradually start to shine light to the inner parts of you that you didn't pay attention before previously, some of them may need healing, and some of them may be deeply hurt, and they might cause a resistance for you. The resistances can be many. Resistances are usually a way to distract yourself away from that, from this painful parts that need healing. There is a fear or some kind of memory or feeling that uncovering this traumatized part is dangerous, and it's better to avoid that. But as long as we avoid that, we cannot heal it, and it still stays in our system, in our body, as stuck energy. And over time, it can develop into diseases, and it can cause this permanent inner irritation or stress or anxiety in you. So when we start to develop awareness, inner resistances will pop up. It's good indication that you are going the right way. And yes, and that is the moment when it's very important to try to observe this resistance. What thoughts, what feelings are behind that? Why? These are the first layers that you can start to uncover and expand your awareness. So inner resistance, that's also normal in the process of awakening. So awareness is our friend, and what level of awareness we have determines whether we live a life or parts of it more in the side of conscious life, responsive life, life of healing, or we live a life where a lot of distraction happens, where we get unconscious and we react, we have compulsive behavior, and we can be easily triggered, provoked into some sort of action that, looking in retrospect, does not serve us at all. Awareness determines this this margin. Which side are we? And there can be some aspects of your life that you have more awareness and some that you have less. That's also fine. And in the end, as a way, as my suggestions, as a value to you, I would invite you to, if you haven't done that already, start auditing your daily life, your daily habits, especially those that take a lot of time, a lot of energy, resources, and attention. Because if you are engaged in something that takes your attention away, then it means you have no ability to do other things in that time. So it's either or. How can you start to audit your habits? By carefully starting to observe, as I mentioned before, how do you feel before you start doing them? How do you feel after? Are there any thoughts, feelings that arise during the process, before it, after it? Do you feel change? Do you feel more energized? Do you feel drained? Do you feel that some negative emotions have come up? Maybe some negative memories? That is also an indication that this certain activity is pointing you or directing you to your inner unhealed parts that needs attention? Are some of your habits distracting you away from things that you really should be addressing? So this is the audit. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I wish you the best in developing your awareness, your true superpower. Thank you.